Hello guys, my name is Sheriff and welcome to your 34th Java tutorial. And in this video we're going to be looking at the throw and the throws keywords. Now in the previous episodes, when we throw our exceptions or whenever we are creating exceptions, the exceptions are always created implicitly from within some piece of code. Now using the throw keyword, you can throw an exception explicitly. That is, you don't have to, or the exception doesn't have to be generated from inside your code. So now let's go ahead and see a demonstration of these two keywords, starting with the throw exception or the throw keyword. So we're going to use our usual try and catch statement. So we're going to be creating a null pointer exception. We're going to be throwing a null pointer exception. So null pointer exception E. So inside here, if you want to throw an exception, all you simply have to do is to type throw new null pointer exception. And here, this is an optional. You can decide to give it a name. So let's name it NPE. Now, one thing I forgot to mention in the first episode is all exceptions are subclasses of the exception class, and the exception class also inherits from the throwable class. So the throwable class is at the top of the hierarchy, but I don't think you guys should bother about that. If you read about it, you're going to see what I'm saying. But then whenever you want to create an exception, that's why we're using the new keyword, because as usual, whenever you have a class and you want to create an object of that class, you use the new keyword. So this new null pointer exception, this is a constructor of null pointer exception class, which, like I said, inherits from the exception class, which also inherits from the throwable class. So now that we've thrown our null pointer exception, let us catch it in here, and here let's print out the error message and also something else. Now one thing is, whenever you throw an exception explicitly, the control of your program is going to leave this try block and move into the catch statement. That is, whenever you throw an exception, whatever you type after this is not going to be executed. So this one's print. This okay, but it's giving us an error. It's saying unreachable statement, because whenever you throw an exception, the control of your program is taken out of this try block and taken into this catch block. That is, if you have a catch block at all. So let's comment this out and let's print something here to mark the beginning of the try block. So let's run this program. As you can see, beginning of the try block and throw new null pointer exception. So this exception was thrown and it was caught here. So system.err.println. So what we have here is java.lang.null pointer exception, which was the exception which we threw, and npe. So this npe, like I said, is optional. It's the name of which we've given our exception. So let's see what happens if we decide to remove this, and let's run it. Now you see we just get java.lang.null pointer exception, and exception has been caught. Now using the throws keyword, the throws keyword is used kind of differently from the throw keyword, in the sense that this throw keyword is used to throw an exception inside your program, but the throws keyword is used when you have a method that is capable of throwing an exception which the method doesn't handle within itself. So that is, if you have a method that throws an exception and that method doesn't handle the exception inside of itself, it should declare within its declaration that it is throwing this type of exception. So let's see an example. So I'm going to create a static void method. Static void demonstrates throws, and let's bring let's throw an exception. So let's throw an arithmetic exception. Right, now let's comment this out. So now that we've commented it out, let's call this method to demonstrate. Let me just copy and paste it. So let's run this. Now you see the exception is not caught, so we got an error, that is our program stopped or it crashed, and we got this arithmetic exception. Now in this method, since this method is throwing an exception, usually we're going to surround it within a try and catch block like this. So catch arithmetic exception. So let's run this. This shouldn't be here. Let's make it a simple print statement. This hello. So you see we have hello. That's because we caught the exception. We threw the exception and we caught it. But what if we didn't catch the exception inside the method? That's where the throws keyword comes in. So let's clear this try and catch block. Now the throws keyword, whenever your method is going to throw an exception, always add in its declaration the type of exception which it is likely to throw. So throws arithmetic exception. So whenever this method is going to throw an arithmetic exception, whenever you are calling the method, you should always surround the method inside a try and catch block like this. So catch hello. Okay, let's bring this. It shouldn't be here. Let's bring this here. And delete this. Yes. So let's run this. Now you see hello. So this method threw an arithmetic exception, but then because the method didn't handle the exception within itself by surrounding this with a try and catch, we declared that it's going to throw an arithmetic exception, so that whenever we're calling the method, we're going to be prompted to surround it within a try and catch statement or within a try and catch block. So I hope you guys understood the two concepts, and if you don't, just watch this video over again and over until you understand it. And you're going to see that it's very easy. It's a very easy concept to understand. So that's going to be it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.